financial literacy, and the human condition with the Money Doctor, Dr. Francis Rahaim.
I'm curious just to get your thoughts on this because I was deep diving over the weekend. You know how you get dragged into these Facebook conversations.
Yes.
And one of the things, and you might have been seeing it, especially being in this field, is people saying, like our parents were able to have a stay-at-home mom and work one job and still be able to buy a house. And there was some pushback, which I was surprised about. And I wanted to get your feedback on it with some of the adults saying, yes, things are way more expensive. Yes, it is harder, but I also wasn't getting a daily latte that cost $6. I also wasn't buying the brand new iPhone. I also wasn't driving the 2026 car. And we're talking about sacrifices that they made that kind of just gets washed over. True or bunk?
Judgment. I am going to say
Not to put you on the spot.
No, it's great. I personally don't love that judgment. I don't think that it's useful to berate somebody and tell them, you can't do this. You have to do it my way or it's not going to work. Because if you were really to get in that time machine and go back and see your parents, they did sacrifice to do things, but they also did lots of things that were important to them at that time, right? There is some truth to how much more expensive it is today. There is. But to tell somebody, look, you need to live in privation in order to be able to buy a house is not, in my opinion, not the way to go about it. The way to go about it is the way to go about it is to say, this is what I'm dealt. I got to make lemonade out of my lemons. How am I going to find a different path to get to where I want to be? Because my circumstances and my culture and my time of living is in fact different. And so that's what I'm talking about. If you find the right tools and if you use them properly, you should not have to never have a latte. Might you choose to make your coffee at home when you see your progress? Yeah, you might. Or you might say, look, I cut back somewhere else in order to do this thing. But the view is always great from the cheap seats, Jess, right?
What's surprising is I found myself kind of agreeing with the old person take on that because as I was doing this deep dive into some Facebook back and forth, I was drinking my $6 Starbucks and I was like, oh, maybe I don't need this every day. Not like you said, not completely deprived, but we do. Like I look at Tyler and he has the 2025 Jeep Cherokee for 72 grand. He's got the latest iPhone every time it comes out. You know what I mean? Like I don't remember and I guess we didn't have that technology when our parents were our age. So you didn't have the option of buying all the stuff, but it does seem like there's a lot of places people could cut back and don't really realize it until they see it written out.
It's very interesting to me because, folks who don't see you on camera don't know how old you are, but you're not old, right?
I thought I was going to bristle when I read that topic. Like, what do you mean we spend too much money? And then I was like, oh, as I'm drinking my coffee.
What has changed is financing. It's just very clearly to me where the problem began is that people used to live with their parents until they saved up a few $1,000s and then they put the down payment on their house or they bought the whole house, right?
Right.
But at some point, and it was actually insurance companies that did this, believe it or not, little quick history lesson, insurance companies decided, hey, we can let people pay for their houses over a period of time. Now, it was very short at the time. The insurance companies actually did it, believe it or not, so that they could foreclose on real estate that people couldn't pay for. How evil is this?
Yeah, so heartwarming.
But then the banks picked it up and realized, hey, we can make money on this. And you used to get a mortgage for 5 years, then it went to 10 years, then it went to 15 years. We've got people out in California now with 40-year mortgages.
And that's probably just to get into a starter home. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But that's the point exactly is, yes, it's more expensive. Why is that? Should a coffee cost $6? Well, no, if you had to pay for it in cash and there was no such thing as a credit card, a coffee probably wouldn't cost $6. But because you have expandable credit, right? You can always find a place to put it on a credit card or a 401k loan or refinance your house or get another 0% card or whatever it is. Because they figured out that we want everything and we are willing to have it as long as we can make the monthly payments, the prices of things are able to be completely unaffordable in cash and
Right.
tenable for us because we make the payments. And that is the big, big trap. So, are you going to pay for a house in cash? It's not likely for most of us.
Right.
You're going to have to make a payment to do that. Do you need to put your yearly vacation on your credit card? You might want to rethink that. Maybe there's a better way to do those things.
Yeah.
And part of what we do is to take what you've already got, that mess you've already got, you throw it into the system, you click a button, and all of a sudden there it is. And it says, here's the solution to dig out, and here are the tools to learn how to do it better going forward. This one step forward, two steps back has to stop. We've already got people who can't retire, who have
Right.
refinanced their houses over and over and over again, who are getting reverse mortgages because they don't have enough money to retire on. And this generation, as you've pointed out, and following generations, are suffering from inflated expenses, way beyond inflation. Just the idea that a house can cost at minimum $300,000 because you can make that monthly payment.
Yeah.
So the old folks are right and the young folks are right.
I thought it was interesting that I was kind of more on one side than the other. Although I agree, like trying to even think about buying a house seems impossible.
Yeah, I know it feels that way, but I promise you there is a way to do it. It's just a different path. You just have to look at things differently. That's all there is
All
to
right.
it. You can do it.
Let's get your phone number if anyone has questions.
Sure, it's 413-773-3333.
And you can go to hugyourmoney.com.
Underwritten by
Hug your money, it's where you belong. Your future's waiting steady and strong.